think people didn't expect that to happen, right?
No,
You did, though.
I did. No one else really did. And from what I'm hearing, maybe the commentators really didn't either. But yeah, no, it was. I think I had a good fight plan in, and I implemented it. And all things said and done, I don't think Tyrell has anything to hang his head about. He's still going to be awesome. Like, he's so young in the heavyweight division, it's ridiculous. With that said, also, I think a lot of people were kind of counting me out, and went 4-3 in the OC, fought some really tough guys there. Came here and I fought two of the top guys in the heavyweight division and did not go my way. And people were really quick to write me off. And I just did not want to be a stepping stone. I refused to let that happen tonight.
I mean, nobody's going to write you off from here on out. I mean, for sure, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I hope not, anyways. Hopefully gain a little bit more, notoriety, but we'll see.
Afterwards, it seemed like you went up to him and he was. Did he push you away a little bit?
No. I tried to go up there and give him his first loss. And I've lost a lot and it sucks, especially that first one. And I tried to give him a little, heads up.
Yeah.
Give him a little pat on the shoulder and pep talk. But I don't think he was quite there yet.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at him, he was kind of just staring at me. So I was like, hopefully I can talk to him later when he's a little more come to.
I mean, what do you feel like this does for you in terms of your placement in the division? I mean, he's the guy that said this week, he told me he's the best heavyweight in the world right now. If he's saying that and he believes it, you just knocked him out cold. I mean, he was down there for a while. Where do you go now?
Good question. Like I said, I fought probably one of the two out of the top three guys in the division, and wasn't even really close right now. Who knows what reasons why? I still think that I can compete with those type of guys, and right now it was a much needed win, very much needed win, and from now kind of that middle upper echelon, and hopefully can kind of just keep picking away. Like I said, I'm only 34. Like, everyone thinks maybe it's my mustache. That's why I went with a beard. Everyone thinks I'm super old. I'm like, I'm only 34 years old. I got a couple good years left of me minimum, and try to ride it out.
When you say very much needed, I mean, were there thoughts ever in your head of like, okay, if this didn't go my way, like, where do you go from there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean, were you thinking that kind of stuff?
Yeah, this is ultimately a business.
Yeah.
You have to win. And anyone coming off of three losses, that's not a very good product. Maybe they kept me around, maybe I'd been free agent, maybe I'd been back down the regional level. I don't know. Now with the win, I got a little more chance on my side.
How did you hit into this fight so confident? When you walked into the fight, you seemed very confident. And how did you project that? While you have been on a little downside slope, but now you're coming off a huge win. How did you feel coming in there so confident?
This fight I felt very, very confident that I had better striking. It's not very often that happens. And I knew if I forced him to wrestle, I was implementing my game plan, because he doesn't wrestle in all of his fights. He relies on striking, and then he really hasn't wrestled until he absolutely needs to or finds a really great opening. So for this fight, I just knew I had to get him going back up, because when he backs up, you back straight up, and he usually drops his hands. And when I got in there, those first exchanges, I was missing just by a half an inch out of my reach. I knew eventually they were going to start connecting. So as I got in there, my confidence got even better on that I was going to be able to tag him.
And how's your hand feeling after such a devastating knockout?
Good, didn't even notice it.
Tim, so is this the start of a Tim Johnson 2.0? Does this feel like a fresh start for you now that you got your first win at Bellator? Do you feel like you're getting ready to go on a campaign for the heavyweight belt? That's
the game plan. Hopefully, this wasn't a fluke, and the body keeps up with me, and the mind keeps up with me, and I'm able to, rack off a couple wins here. Like I said, I think a lot of people were calling me out, thinking I was on my way out the door, and I'm like, that's not me. I'm in the practice room. I'm fighting, Francis Ngannou and Carl and Roy and all these guys. I'm hanging with them. It's just I'm not able to put it together all the time in the cage, and hopefully now I got rounded a little bit of a corner and I can move forward.
Can you describe the feeling that you feel both emotionally and physically when you score a big one-punch knockout like that? What is the feeling? What do you feel?
I was ecstatic. That was actually my first one-punch knockout ever in my career. I've never done that before, and I was actually commenting to my coach, like a year ago. I'm like, God, that's just like one walk-off knockout in my career before I call it quits. And yeah, it's a lot easier. Who wants to? We should try that more often rather than going 15 minutes or getting knocked out.
Yeah, and I had where was I?
I got Tim. With weigh-ins being yesterday morning, by today, how much weight do you usually rehydrate? I'm guessing you cut to get 2 pounds within the window.
Yeah, I showed up here at 269. And I was well overhydrated. I probably weighed in at today when I went into the fight. I was probably like 266 to be honest with you. I had a really good camp, trimmed down really good, started eating more healthy, and yeah, just trying to lose some of these love handles and look a little more athletic, I guess.
I was gonna say you clearly didn't have a hard cut coming in at 262.9.
No, yeah, I was just surprised about when I went weighed in. I was just surprised that I was expecting like 264 because I went to bed at like 264 and a half and I floated like 2 pounds. So
That's
I was like, oh,
okay.
dang.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Tyrell was getting the big prospect, big up and coming contender treatment, articles all over ESPN, promotion by Bellator. Did you feel like you were being slighted? You weren't getting as much attention as you deserved?
Tyrell deserves all the attention on that aspect. He's a highly touted prospect. I won't even call him prospect anymore. He's a heck of a heavyweight. But I did have a little bit of chip on my shoulder. Who puts at a heavyweight fight? Who puts a positive 900 on a heavyweight fight? It's one punch. So I was looking at the odds, and yeah, I mean, everyone. I knew exactly what was happening. Everybody wanted me to be. I was the stepping stone. I refused to be a stepping stone.